the man speaking, but I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, we're going to talk about, it was a older gentleman talking about Michael Jackson and stating that Michael Jackson allegedly he died of an overdose in 1979 in Las Vegas. And the Michael Jackson that you were witnessing was a clone that they made so they can continue on using Michael Jackson, persona, so the family can keep, money or make money, which is a little deceitful when you think about it. Okay? But I'm here to tell you that I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Because at the end of the day, Michael Jackson was a young star. Do you understand? Jackson 5. He was a young star. And what did I tell you what happens with most young men in the industry? What do they do to them? They break them. Broken buck syndrome. That is a theory that I came up with because of this. Do you understand? And the reason why I came up with this theory is because you need also refer back to how to make a slave. That is important. That's what black people, you all miss. All the things and the tools that they have constructed to make you the way that you are. Okay? And how to make a slave was a way, and it is still prevalent to this day. It is still being used to this day, okay? And what they do is break the buck like a horse. They treated us like animals, and they knew how to break us. Do you understand? And they knew it so well that they made a plan how to do so. And they stick with this plan. And that plan hasn't been in motion since they started, okay? Thus, the broken buck syndrome, okay? Most young men who go into the industry, and women, they are basically passed around to all these horny, pedophilia type of men and women. Do you understand? Michael Jackson was no different. He was subjected to it too. Look, it was happening in 1977. He made the Oz. So yeah, it was happening back then even more. And the reason why they tried to break the buck is for control. To acquire control over that person. And even though that they broke him, or booked him, he wasn't as broken as they thought he should be. And as he grew older, he gained more wisdom in the business and how things go. And so he had a blueprint. 1985, August 14th, 1985, Michael Jackson bought the Beatles. 1977, the Oz came out. 1985, he bought the Beatles. He bought the Beatles for about $40-something million. Okay? He also bought Eminem and a couple other artists because you all were talking about him. You all were making a spectacle out of him. And that was his way of saying ha ha ha. You understand what I'm saying? Because even though you're talking about me, I'm not going to respond to you, but my response to you is that you work for me. I'm your boss now. People don't like stuff like that. You think people like stuff like that? No. But he was doing it after 1979. He bought the Beatles after 1979. He kept on going after 1979. What if the Pepsi commercial was really an incident to try to kill him? And what actually happened is that his hair just caught on fire. Maybe. Okay, so then, with that being said, they said, yeah, he's a clone, X, Y, and Z, and all this other stuff, right? But in 2003, he was in litigation for child abuse. You made a clone, you got all his money, he dead, he gone, but yet and still, all this still is happening. That don't seem weird to you? That don't seem strange to you? Every box that they tried to put Michael Jackson in because they felt that he was controlled. He was a controlled individual now. Because look what we done did to him. There's no way that this kid mentally has it all together to the point where he doesn't feel like we're not in control. And he did not give his control up. He did not give him, they could not break him. They could not break him. Go read How to Make a Slave. They couldn't break him. So yeah, he used different avenues to do what he did. And you have to understand that the medicine and the things that he was taking or whatever, this man been doing what he been doing, sliding across stages for years and years for you all. Yeah, it's gonna be wear and tear on his bones and his joints and this and that and all this other stuff. But the people that he had around him, he thought he could trust. His last song was "They Don't Care About Us." Do you think that they're gonna make a clone and then assign songs like that to them? Does that make any sense? No, it does not make any sense. Thus, he did not die in 1979. Allegedly, he did not die. They were trying to kill him because they could not control him. And people loved him. Do you understand? He could show his hand and everybody would go wild. Do you understand? Anything that this man did, he was going to have a following. He was going to generate money if they messed with him or not. He did not need them. He owned the Beatles. What are you talking about? So all their efforts was just the efforts in trying to kill him. And they finally found a doctor to do it. That doctor gave him a proper dropper and sent him on his way. That's what that man did. Do you understand? And that is how they ended Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was well and alive. Michael Jackson went through a lot, okay? A lot of mental torment. Do you understand that they put that man through? And they thought that every step of the way he was going to break and break more. And he went in isolation. This man didn't go out. You didn't see him in no clubs, nowhere. This man didn't do all that extra stuff. He stayed in his home. That's why it was so big and it had everything in it. Comfort for himself. Shielding himself away from the horrible world that had done all that they'd done to him. So you have to also think that's mental torment for a person. And he did not break. And they were trying everything and anything to have him break. And he would not. Until the last step. They don't really care about us. They were not going to allow that man to go around and tell people that the government doesn't care about you. This is what they've been doing. He was going to start really dropping real jewels. And they found a man that looks just like him to take him out of here. That's what happened to Michael Jackson. He did not die in 1979. Have a good day.